How's it going, everyone? Yep, movie and game lover 98 here. And yep, I'm going to be doing my Thomas CGI home media collection this time through a stream. Yep, the ones that are primarily CGI. Yes, that means season 12 will be included. And Light Blue Yoshi Fan 02 says, hey, Light Blue Yoshi Fan 02. And yes, just to clarify, Jake Martin will be included in this stream. So I'm going to provide him the link if I possibly can. Mock said to give the link. I put the link down. Yeah, I'm going to do that right now. Gum says hello.
Hi.
Hey, Jesus. We're doing this time the CGI version of the Thomas Home Media Collection.
That's great.
That means season 12 will be included this time, and I'm making sure Jake Martin could join too. Gum wants to join. Okay, I'll let him join, since he knows it really well. I'm making sure Jake Martin can make it to the stream too. Just to clarify, I'm going to just do this again. So Jake Martin can join, because I want him to be part of this too. Oh, Gum has all his Thomas CGI ones on Blu-ray this time instead of DVD. Yeah, I'm just waiting for Jake Martin to come in so we can start this. Yeah, there's a voodoo code. My Day of the Diesels Blu-ray doesn't have that. Well, when I get to it, because I want to show the releases in chronological order. So luckily the CGI ones, I know them in chronological order. Unlike the model series ones where I had to put them in this order. Railway Series fan joined.
Hello.
Hey, Railway Series fan, Thomas MLP fan. We're waiting for Jake Martin to join so he can be part of this.
Yeah.
I'm just holding the adventure pack because I want to start this collection once Jake is joined.
Doesn't have team up with Thomas and Railway Friends. And hey guys.
Starlowy.
Hey Starlowy.
We're doing CGI Thomas Home Media Collection this time.
Yeah.
Well, I'm waiting.
Yeah,
what?
I do have one of my CGI DVD movies.
Yeah, we're waiting for Jake Martin to join this stream because I literally just put the link in the stream thing so he could know where to join.
Yeah.
I'm just holding the adventure pack right here just to start it off.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I know Gum's copy, his is in a standard DVD case, but mine's in a very thick DVD case. You can tell by the width of the slipcover how huge it is.
Yeah.
But yes, we're mentioning no episodes will be listed either.
Mm-hmm.
Let me see. Jake
I'm
Martin's
about
going
to
to join.
do the CGI version of DVD collection.
Hello.
Hey, Mox. We're making sure Jake Martin can join too.
Wait, don't have anything? But they're trying to get
Wait.
season 12 DVDs individually.
No, I prefer them in this box set. Even though I wish I could
And
just.
Yeah, I'm missing Percy and the Bandstand.
Are you trying
Yeah,
to get the
I have
Steam
the-
Team collection soon?
Yeah, I'm
have
trying
the-
to get Steam collection soon.
Here's what the cover art of Percy and the Bandstand looks like if you don't have it, Jesus. It looks like this with Percy front and centered.
Are
Yeah.
you going? I found the. Are you gonna get Steam Team collection moving Game Over 98?
No, I prefer having season 13 individually on DVD. That way, when I do the first two season 13 releases after Holiday Express, I make sure to do the greatest stories after that. And then I have.
Let's see
I'm
how
trying to
much
get
of Best
Steam
of Thomas
collection.
has 7 sub cover is. I'll show you for movie Game Over 98 and see the cheaper. Let me see a cheap 2007 sub cover.
Yeah, there's.
A Best of Thomas sub cover to be found anywhere.
Yeah, here's
It's-
the pamphlet from Team Up with Thomas. You
Yeah?
forgot to show the disc.
Are there going to be some cases for High Speed Adventures Railway Friends and Percy in the Bandstand?
No.
No.
Yes.
When are they gonna make them?
Never.
They did do an Easter packaging of Railway Friends, but that's not a Wooden Train bonus pack because it comes with an Easter, like.
And there's also Easter packaging of High Speed Adventures.
I think there is.
Yeah, I'm trying to get the Easter packaging of Railway Friends and the Universal reprints of Railway Friends and Team Up with Thomas. Soon.
Yeah, and we got to make sure, guys, Jake Martin can join this stream too. That's why I'm holding the adventure pack because we can't go further unless he's joined.
That's right.
Yeah, boss.
Moving Game Over 98.
What?
I guess I said moving Game Over 98 when you said boss.
Yeah, that's from Jumping Joviwood from season 14 when Thomas correctly tells them Sir Topham Hat. Sir Topham Hat.
That's right.
That's right.
Gum Robert, where did you get Adventure on the Tracks?
You're asking Gum?
Gum Robert,
Did you ask
Gum, where did you get Adventure on the Tracks at?
I'm here with CGI DVDs of Thomas.
Oh, where do you think Gum Robert got Adventure on the Tracks?
I have to Team Up with Thomas on the slim case.
Yeah, and also, did you guys know this is not the only season box set? There's also the earliers, which I don't have.
Yes,
Chris's-
season 12 Thomas
Gum Robert,
DVD
you forgot to show Percy's
came
ghostly
on
trick
full
and
steam
Rusty to the
ahead.
rescue. Gum Robert, you forgot to show Percy's ghostly trick and Rusty to the rescue.
I don't know why he got that disc collection when he literally had the Wooden Train bonus pack of Percy's Ghostly Trick.
Do some versions of
Because I got it in a lot with Soto's Legend of the Lost Treasure. Blu-ray.
Oh, you did, Gum? But I said, yeah, we're showing primarily CGI, but I know I don't care if you show your model things, Gum. We gotta make sure. We gotta make sure Jake Martin can join, guys. I provide the link.
Do some versions of Adventure on the Tracks come with Percy Chocolate Crunch and Tops of Special Letter instead of Ghostly Trick and Rusty to the rescue?
No, I don't think so. Yes.
Oh.
Also, Jesus. Did you know if you got Percy and the Bandstand individually, that and Carnival Capers are the only two to have character pictures of Percy.
Yeah.
Oh, and Percy Chocolate Crunch 2009 reprint too.
Oh yeah, and the train car design of Percy's Chocolate Crunch on DVD. So technically that's 2.5, but it's just a reissue of Percy's Chocolate Crunch.
Well, what content will it play on the?
Yeah. And yeah, the only ones that never got re-released by Universal, the season 12 ones, The only ones to never get re-released by Universal are High Speed Adventures and Percy and the Bandstand.
But Team Up with Thomas and Railway Friends were.
Yeah. Yeah. And but I said, yeah, but also Railway Friends and Team Up with Thomas are in the Full Steam Ahead collection set.
Oh, and on the Adventure on the Tracks, do some copies of the Adventure on the Tracks come with Percy Chocolate Crunch and Thompson special letter?
I don't think so.
Movie Game Over 98.
Yeah.
With some versions of Adventure on the Tracks get Percy Chocolate Crunch and Thompson special letter.
No, Thompson special letter can only be found in double features. Thompson special letter is only in a double feature with James Goes Buzz Buzz, basically.
And for Percy Chocolate Crunch?
Well, it can only be found in box sets, basically.
Oh, and Thompson special letter also in box sets?
Yes, in Totally Thomas Volume 6 for special letter, and for Percy Chocolate Crunch Volume 1.
If I'm listing for that comes with Percy Chocolate Crunch and Thompson special letter on Adventure on the Tracks.
Yeah. And also, did you notice that? I also noticed this too, Jesus. This picture of Percy is edited on the language selection menu on the Percy and the Bandstand DVD menu.
Which they found on DVD, I don't know why they screwed up the discs.
But did you know on the menu, Jesus, that they just edited it with the picture of Percy in the Meadow of Flowers? When he's in the forest with the Meadow of Flowers?
Yeah.
Oh, and Adventure on the Tracks, this comes with Percy Chocolate Crunch and Thompson special letter on some versions.
Oh, it does? I didn't realize that.
Yeah, and they should get David Diesel's trailer. She's the TT Fantasy 6.
Yeah.
But yeah, can I tell you guys, Best Friends is one of my least favorite episodes. Basically, these three DVDs in the set, one of them has 3 of my least favorite episodes of season 12 on here.
What are they?
On Railway Friends, it's Best Friends. High Speed Adventures, it's Thomas the Billboard, and Percy and the Bandstand, The Man in the Hills.
Pierce Brosnan should narrate Thomas in the Billboard.
Yeah, he just said Thomas was very upset.
And should Pierce Brosnan narrate Mountain Marvel?
It'd be kind of cool if he did, because, he could have done the voices for Mighty Mac and Fearless Freddy and well, he did Duncan already in The Great Discovery, so just Fearless Freddy and Mighty Mac, basically.
Jesus, the TT Fantasy 6. Should Pierce Brosnan narrate Mountain Marvel?
Yeah.
But did you know some YouTubers say that Henry Gets It Wrong is their least favorite episode of season 12?
Because Henry
I don't think it's worst.
What do you mean Henry Gets It Wrong, Jesus, the TT Fantasy 6? Is it good or worst?
I don't know, to be honest.
Do some people think it's the worst?
Yeah, some people say it's worst.
Because of Henry's wishing tree?
Yeah, I don't know.
And a rip-off to Henry and the wishing tree and Henry's forest?
Henry and the Flagpole, basically.
Well, sometimes if people think Henry Gets It Wrong is a rip-off of Henry and the Flagpole and Henry's forest and Henry and the wishing tree.
I don't think Henry's Forest would be a ripoff, would be like this, Henry Gets It Wrong, because this one they have to restore the forest again after the... Yeah.
Most people think Henry Gets It Wrong is a ripoff of Henry's Forest.
It's not a ripoff. Henry's Forest is different to Henry Gets It Wrong. When there was a storm in...
The Suffolk Wiggle hates Henry and the Wishing Tree movie Game Over 98.
Yeah, because I don't know why he hates that episode, along with Percy's New Whistle.
Because Percy's a jerk to Ari and Bert?
Well, he does this just to get back at them, but he does it to Thomas and Bertie, and then he makes Trevor startle. God, that's why some people don't like Percy's New Whistle.
Because Ari and Percy's a jerk to them.
Yeah, he never learns when to blow his whistle at the right time. But, yeah, can I also guys tell you, Sovik hates Push Me Pull You.
Because Skarloey was a bad...
Yeah. And yeah, also, I don't hate Push Me Pull You. I don't hate it. I like it. Especially like I like the funny part when Rheneas and Skarloey pull against each other, like tug of war.
Yeah, I found that funny.
Like when Skarloey determines to pull his hardest, but then the cars bump into him and he tries to brake.
Is Sophic gonna plan to get a new copy of Playdate Pack Canadian version?
I don't think so. He has Really Brave Engines individually.
Do you think he's gonna get a new copy of the Canadian versions of Austin with Thomas and Really Brave Engines?
Well, he has Really Brave Engines individually, so I don't know if he's going to get Jet and actually he's missing Toss the Jet Engine individually.
Like maybe the Anchor Bay.
I'm not sure. Well,
Maybe the
because I
re-release.
Yeah, there's the discs.
Do they contain Great Discovery trailer?
These first two do, but these two contain Hero the Rails.
But
Yeah,
wait,
you should
when
find
you
it
press trailers on Team Up with Thomas and Person and Bandstand, the Great Discovery trailer appears.
You can
Yeah,
find out both features after the stream, maybe.
Yeah, and also these 3 Season 12 DVDs reuse games from previous releases, but Railway Friends does not.
Toss in a jet engine. Why?
By the way, I know that Turning Red is my favorite CGI movie from Disney and Pixar.
Oh, it is? I
Yes.
think it's okay.
Their lines get re-releases with Anchor Bay booklets.
No,
and imagine if there was CGI engines in the movie.
Like
Yeah.
Laura?
And also, can I tell you guys my problems with The Man in the Hills from Season 12?
Yeah, what's the problem?
Thomas always keeps delaying his narrow gauge friends just to find the Man in the Hills. But this is the one problem I have with the Season 12 episodes with the narrow gauge engines with Thomas with them. They never show Thomas in his model face once.
Yeah, is this one a 2004 reprint?
That looks like I don't think it's a reprint, but it still has the old hit logo.
The gray cover? Is this actually the one for the 2004 reprint?
Well, it's just the same old 2003 design, but it's just a different print that just doesn't have the sparkly outline.
Yeah, but it's actually a 2004 re-release.
Oh, well, it still should have the original casing on it.
Since the Star comes with Star Trek Kids on right track, is it actually a 2004 re-release?
Hero the Rail.
Yep, yep, the first fully CGI anime Thomas movie with no more models. But Season 12's a high.
Mine's widescreen.
Yeah.
Mine's full screen, but I like how it has a slipcover too.
Hero of the Rails was planned to
And the
have
Universal reprint?
a model, but it got cancelled.
Dude,
Yeah, they had to stop doing models after Season 12.
Yeah,
And
Hero of the Rail should be in a double feature with the Great Discovery.
And should it get a double-sided disc?
Yeah.
It could. And yeah, this is inaccurate grammar. I don't know why they say hear Thomas speak in his own voice for the very first time.
His voice was from Thomas and the Magic Railroad.
Yeah, but I think because they think Hit Entertainment wants the fans particular at Magic Railroad because they thought that was a bomb in the box office, despite it was really good.
Was that a goof for Thomas in his own voice for the first time?
Yeah, they shouldn't have done that. Andrew says hi.
Some freaky cranky. I don't know why would they put that.
Because
What's the last season where the Andrews were voiced by the narrator?
12.
Oh, who voiced Rosie?
Rosie's not in this movie. Well, okay, well she is. Well, she is, but she doesn't talk.
What was her first speaking role in CGI?
Splish Splash Splosh from Season 13, which is going to be the next release I show. Well, if we could get Jake Martin to join, but if not, we can just keep going. Because I know he has... But, yeah, do you know that... Did you know that this release... Well, maybe because of this one, someone originally got this when it first came out, they misprinted this as full screen, despite the actual movie's in widescreen.
Jesus at TC Fantasy 6. Will you soon get new Friends of Tom DVD?
Yeah.
I'm not sure how long we're going to do this stream, guys, because I really want to be able to do not really all these.
Yeah, mine doesn't have a booklet. I don't know why.
Mine does. Mind if I show you, Jesus?
Yeah.
Mine has this pamphlet here. And it comes with a magazine.
It's Bills and Chills. It's still Francis Thomas individually, or the double feature?
Oh, also, can I show you guys something on Hero of the Rails? They say Henry's line incorrectly.
Yeah,
What do they say?
You know what the Fat Controllers say in the Flying Kipper?
Yeah, Henry's new shape means he doesn't need special coal anymore, but for some reason... Well, this wasn't actually the first time. It's good to be Gordon made that error.
Yes.
But...
Did Henry get special coal during his good to be Gordon?
Yes, but for some reason he doesn't... But in earlier seasons, he doesn't need it anymore. The seasons prior to that, he was doing...
But should Gordon take it instead?
Yeah, even though he should have asked what coal was going to come first. Yes, just like how it came...
Yeah, and then in the other seasons, he takes special coal now.
And Gordon should take... Yeah, now Gordon should take Henry's special coal.
Yeah, and you know how Gordon did the wrong thing? He went backwards, but literally in season 1, they were supposed to not go backwards because it's against the rules.
Yeah, but now he goes backwards.
But I thought back in tenders and turntables in season 1, the tender engines don't do that because it's not to go backwards because it's dangerous and illegal.
Now they shouldn't.
Well, yeah. Well, yeah. Now let's get to Splish Splash Splosh.
I don't have that DVD, but I'm trying to get it.
Just basically this version, or just the... Remember when I got this as the Canadian DVD, but this is the US slipcover? When I ordered this off eBay?
I'm
gonna get the one on Season Collection.
What?
Did you ask the seller for the slipcover separately?
Yeah, and also Breakfast Time for Thomas should be on this release. Splish Splash Splosh.
Yeah, and also some people... Yeah. What? Well, did you guys know that...
Thomas TT6?
Yeah. Well, anyways, yeah. Did you guys know that this one YouTuber, he hates both Playtime and Splish Splash Splosh?
Yeah, why?
This guy called Trevor Davis, he hates both Playtime and Splish Splash Splosh.
Why?
Because of how Thomas should have known better than just to be really useful than just do whatever he freaking wants. Sorry for saying that.
Oh, here's the Canadian version of Let's Explore Thomas Jesus at TT5K6.
And and also, this is the instance where the tile this is the only CGI release where the tile episode does not play first because they had to put Playtime first.
Oh.
Yeah, and will we ever find Breakfast Time for Thomas re-along on Splish Splash Block, though?
Probably. April says hello.
If I would find it.
Yeah, and also...
If we want to.
Yeah, Splish Splash Block should get the Great Discovery trailer.
And it should get Thomas' Anthem Grand Finale, too, you forgot.
Yeah, and also, who does not like Slippy Soda on this release?
Yeah, I found that funny.
Why? Oh, I find it funny too, but I don't know why some people hate it.
Yeah, the reasons why it's funny.
Is this a Canadian version of Let's Explore Thomas?
I believe so.
Yeah. What we find funny about Slippy Soda, Jesus?
Yeah. About the trains are laughing at Thomas's funny funnel.
And then it was reality. It looked just like Mr. Bubbles' hat.
Yeah. I found that funny.
But you know, some people say what's the coolest one? Snow Tracks is really cool on this release.
But it should be narrated by Pierce Brosnan.
But he couldn't come back to the series.
Oh, was Gordon's line reused in Hero of the Rails in Double Trouble?
Yeah. Basically, he goes... Well, he says all of the indignity in Hero of the Rails, but this is the first CGI episode on... Well, not chronologically, but I think the first CGI...
After what episode? What line does
Well-
Gordon say Ode Dignity after what line in Double Trouble?
Well, he says, well, basically he goes, oh, the indignity. That was recycled from Hero of the Rails. And then when Thomas encourages him to go... After Sir Tom Hatt's lookalike caused the trouble.
Oh,
And yeah, did you guys know that in the Michael Brandon dub of Snow Tracks, Thomas does scream help?
Then the Mark Morgan, it was cut off.
But you can still hear the same voices overall.
after Gordon says what?
Well,
Look out,
no, basically,
Thomas!
well, he basically just says, he still says Cinders and Ashes in both dubs.
Oh, and does Gordon still say look out, Thomas?
Yes, he still says Cinders and Ashes after Gordon told him to look out. Basically. And also, yeah, some people say Snow Tracks is a really good season 13 episode as well, because Gordon thinks he could get over the hills, but when they really should have just gone the long way around, because Emily literally told him.
Funny. Was really funny.
Should Gordon go up hills?
Because he says he's he's special and he's the best.
Also, the lift and load crane game was later on Thomas' way.
Yeah, but I don't know. Yeah, and did you know Robin Smith? It's still Robin Smith, the one who does the narration for the game.
Yeah,
Despite,
but his voice might be higher pitched.
yeah, I don't know why.
Well, some people say it's unknown narrator.
Yeah.
Thomas and the Runaway Kite.
Yep, released in, well, Spidey Dude Says Hi.
Also,
Yeah.
Oh,
the board.
Yeah, also, did you guys know on...
Do you have Oh, and what was fun?
Yeah.
Doesn't belong in reused.
Yeah, also, did you guys know Thomas... Some people... Lego Lover does not like any of these episodes on this DVD. Not a single one of them.
Why?
I don't know. Toss Runaway Kite was entertaining. Toss Runaway Kite? Because he says none of the episodes are entertaining? Like the episode itself, Toss Runaway Kite, where Thomas tries to catch Sir Tom Hatt's grandchildren's kite, when in reality he wanted to make the children happy while trying to take the cup to the ceremony, well, to the winner's cup to Knapford Station. And Thomas says he's the fastest engine on the eye. But he's not fast like...
Is the last leftist Thomas in charge? The last left.
Yeah. April says, I'm fine. Everyone likes the Thomas collection. And also, did you guys know that Buzzy Bees... Yeah, Buzzy Bees... That and biggest present of all, and Buzzy Bees, Hero comes back despite he went home at the end of Hero of the Rails.
Oh, what game is fine doesn't belong game reused on?
Yeah, he came back on the biggest present of all.
And Buzzy Bees, but
thing we'll ask what the things are.
Because you know some people don't like Toby's new whistle either, because Toby didn't encourage to try to use his whistle at least once.
And it was a ripoff of Percy's new whistle.
But at least Toby wasn't a jerk to anyone. He just acted like a wimp in the episode because he didn't want to. He was scared of using his new whistle but his bell had to be repaired.
And Percy's new whistle, he was a jerk.
Well, in this one, he just acts like a wimp and doesn't want to use his whistle at all.
Here's my slipcover of Thompson the Treasure.
Well, which one do you think is worse, Mox? Do you think Percy's new whistle is worse, or is Toby's new whistle worse?
I think they're good episodes.
Well, if you had to pick which one was better, which one would you like? What would you think is better? Toby acting like a wimp and tossing her away? No, on Toby's new whistle, or Percy acting like a jerk in Percy's new whistle?
I laughed how Percy was a jerk.
I guess Percy's new whistle is your choice. I kind of like this one a little bit better than Percy's new whistle because
I laughed at the episode where Percy was a jerk.
Yeah.
It's
Well,
funny
basically,
because
like I said, it was just to get he wanted to get back at Arian Burt, basically.
Oh, is that a nice little cover of Toss the Treasure?
Also, you forgot the disc to Thomas and the Runaway Kite.
Oh,
Oh, and
Oh,
the bonus
jeez.
features you forgot.
Case.
And you forgot the bonus features.
oh, yeah. They have How Many Shapes Do You See game and Find What Doesn't Belong game. Find what.
Cargo.
Yes. Yeah, that's in the Curious Cargo used the Find What Doesn't Belong game.
Even the Miller era and the Brenner era have different animations.
Yeah. Yeah, here's Creaky Cranky.
Freaky
Oh.
Cranky.
This is the first CGI release to incorporate the Misty on Rescue trailer, because the Greatest Stories was the first to have the Misty on Rescue trailer.
Yeah.
Oh. This
And
one's best
I don't
for
know
Gordon,
if
and I
Turning
started
Red
cover.
is the. I don't know if Turning Red looks like the. I don't know if the animation for Turning Red looks like the Miller era or the Brenner era.
Who does Mylan
That'd be hard to find out. And did you know that Creaky Cranky is the first episode of season 13, despite this release came third in season 13 DVD release?
Does Mylan Lee look like Renee?
And also look close at this picture, guys. There's Thomas, Hero, and Percy going to the Steamworks.
Who looks like Hong Mei, Starlowy?
Yeah.
Who does Mylan
Oh,
Lee look like?
James says, "What up, yo? What up, guys? Just great, James."
Who does
Yeah.
Mylan Lee look like?
And also, you know what people really like on this release? Tickled Pink.
Yeah, it was funny.
And
Basically
James
what
did. James
but-
hid in the
but-
forest.
And then he hides in the tunnel, and then he tries to hide behind the cars from Diesel. Oh,
And the-
can I tell you?
And they also hide it in the willow tree.
Yeah, but can I also tell you that I think this is the first instance where Michael Brandon's not only the narrator, but it's the first time he actually used Diesel's recycled lines. He goes, "What are you doing, James? You're a bright pink steamy."
Is that the same voice as from season 8 through 12?
Yeah, I don't know why Michael Brandon does Diesel's voice. He could have just had someone else. You know what they could have just done is let Martin T. Sherman still do Diesel, even leading up to King of the Railway.
And when
See, that's why.
Or I should let Diesel or Pierce Brosnan should voice Diesel.
And
Yeah.
when Carrie Sale voiced Diesel in the US.
Well, Terry Shale does Diesel from season 19 to present. From King of the Railway to season 18, he was Martin T. Sherman. But for some reason, the US dub, I don't know why they did Michael Brandon.
And does Diesel have both UK and US dubs in season 19?
I think he does, but for some reason in the UK dub, even when the Brenner era came, they still kept his original his voice like this. That's like Heath Wickham / Carrie Shale in a way. Well, some people say it's Carrie Shale.
It sounded like Michael Brandon.
Well, yeah, and also, did you? Some people say they Steamy Sodor is okay. But, yeah, can I tell you guys, Steamy Sodor, some people don't really like, because Thomas is being a total idiot in that episode.
That's best of Gordon movie in Game Over 98.
Yeah?
Let's see if there's a booklet inside.
There's no booklet in yours?
Does this come with a booklet?
No, said Reneus.
I thought that Gordon came with the booklet when I first.
And also, Creaky Cranky, if the disc art is different, it's not the same as the poster. I don't know why they could. I guess they didn't have enough room to render the artwork on the disc, so they chose different artwork.
Oh, and you forgot the bonus feature. It's a sound song.
It's the CGI version, but I prefer the. But did you know the model, the one CGI release that contains the model version of? No. Not the sound song. The sound song's only on songs from the station. This is the only one to incorporate the CGI version.
Diesel.
Well, yeah, but that's the short version. The extended version's on.
Plans to get distributed by Anchor Bay.
It should have been, but I guess Hit Entertainment was owning Anchor Bay at the point.
Oh, Steve's versus Diesel. Starlowy. Was this one? And she said, this one plans to be by Anchor Bay.
Yes, but Steamy versus Diesel got cancelled by
What were the episodes on the Anchor Bay DVD?
Well, and also, can I guys tell you, the early bird is not one of my favorite episodes. Because you know that one. Because you know the narrator says this wrong line. Thomas was excited he had never pulled the mail before. Mr. Michael Brandon. That's wrong. He's done that.
Cinematic Railroad?
Yes, he did it in season. Yes, and Best Friends.
When was the first time? Oh, and Thomas Christina Mail Train.
Jake Martin.
Find a bike.
Oh, guys, Jake Martin wants to join.
Oh, and don't forget Mind That Bike and Thomas Christina Mail Train when we Game Over 98 for the early bird that you don't like.
Yes, that's not the only problem with the episode, but at least Thomas delivers the mail to everywhere. Guys, I think Jake Martin wants to join. Mind if one of you leaves? Who wants to stay and who wants to leave? Because Jake Martin wants to join.
Okay. And she said will stay. And Gumrock will leave.
Well, because I need to hurry, because I want to be able to include him for a little bit, because I want to stop it, do a part 1 to this. Who wants to leave?
Anyone?
And
Anyone?
how about Jesus? Do you want to stay or leave? Jake Martin wants to join.
Or maybe Gum Robber, maybe.
Yeah, Gum could probably leave. Gum.
Oh, Gum left.
Okay.
Hey,
Now,
Mark,
Jake.
what Thomas DVD release are you playing next?
Jake. Oh, Jesus, hold on. Jake Martin says hi. Hey, Jake. Welcome to the stream. We're doing the CGI. We're doing CGI Thomas releases this time. Not well. But if they show model, it's okay. I'm mostly showing CGI. We're on Creaky.
That's fine.
Creaky Cranky. This is the.
Different.
Can I tell you? There's this one part that bothers me in the early bird, Jake Martin.
What's that?
The narrator says this. Thomas was excited he never pulled the mail before, but he done it before in the past. Like, Mr. Michael.
Oh, yeah.
Mr. Michael Brandon? Mr. Michael Brandon, Thomas did it before. He's done it in previous seasons. Even in Thomas's first movie, he did the mail train.
Yeah,
and a birthday mail.
And even best friends, your least favorite.
Yes, he did it. And what were you saying, Mox?
That Thomas pulled a mail and Thomas did a birthday mail too, and
but no,
that adventure.
No, he didn't pull them. That wasn't a mail train in Thomas' birthday mail. That was just a train of presents to take to Alice's birthday at High Farm. So Thomas' birthday mail does not count. Yeah,
but it was just the mail van.
Yep, but here's some people's least favorite Thomas CGI special.
I have some CGI Thomas DVDs. Here's this.
Yeah.
Mark, why would you say that?
Well, do you know what? I used to like this movie back in the day, but for some reason, you know this movie kind of reminds me of? Toy Story 2.
Toy Story 2?
Because it kind of reminds me of, like, you know how Woody got kidnapped by Al and Buzz and the others have to find him. It's like when Woody's with the Roundup toys. That kind of reminds me of Thomas on Misty Island with the logging locos, and the portions of with the other engines trying to find Thomas, of them still trying to find him when he thinks he's still stuck on Sodor because he didn't get to the main lane in time.
They were finding him during Big World Adventures and A Great Discovery.
Well, yes, but in this one, it kind of reminds me of Toy Story 2, where they flip-flop between every scene every few seconds, and that's what reminds me of Toy Story 2.
And it also reminds me of the movies that remind me of Toy Story 2 are Big World, Big Adventures.
This one reminds me of Toy Story 2, because in Big World, Big Adventure, which I doubt we're gonna make it to that. We're gonna make it to that release because we're probably gonna do a part 1 of this. But do you have Misty Island Rescue, Jake Martin, or no?
No.
But if you don't want, at some point.
I know you'll probably get it, Jake Martin, or if you don't want to, that's fine. You can just watch it digitally on YouTube.
I'll get it soon on DVD.
Yeah, but I know mine is just a Blu-ray. Mine's a Blu-ray
cover.
I don't have a slipcover for my Misty Island Rescue. I found this for $4 at Disc Free.
you should get the Great Discovery trailer
But you
as
would
the
like
last
to get this.
one.
But you would like the. And I also don't forget the slip cover from the Sound Rescue that you would still need moving Game Over 98.
Yeah, and for Blue Mountain Mystery and King of the Railway, which we're probably going to get to those maybe.
Anyways,
Yeah,
I have this one.
Yeah, I showed the adventure pack earlier. Mind if I show you my copy of the adventure pack?
It had a Walmart sticker.
Yeah. Oh yeah. There's a Walmart sticker, but I got it from eBay.
Yeah.
I think 2 years ago. And yes,
Yeah.
I have this and Railway Friends.
I also have the discs for Team Up with Thomas and Percy in the Bandstand. If you want to show me, you want me to show you them?
But no slip cover for Railway Friends.
I'm currently working on getting those guys soon. Thomas,
Are you gonna watch these?
Team Up with Thomas and Percy in the Bandstand.
Yeah. Well, let's get to the next release. Oh, someone wants to join, guys. Well, I only have 5 people joining.
This one comes with the map.
Merry Winter Wish.
The first season 14 release with all season 14 episodes. And can I tell you, Merry Winter Wish is such a beautiful episode.
The TT Fantasy Six.
Can you do you know what episode it reminds me of season 10?
Thomas and the Shooting Star.
Thomas and the
Yes.
Shooting Star.
Because of how beautiful it takes place during night throughout the rest of the episode. But this one,
And it's similar to Henry.
But
and Henry
I'm trying to get Merry Winter Wish during the holiday season.
the Holiday Favorites box set. Do you have Merry Winter Wish, Jake, or no?
No, not even Splish Splash Splosh, Hero of the Rails, and Creaky Cranky.
No.
Yes, but he would get
I'm
them
currently working on getting them soon.
Yeah, and also Thomas's Frosty Friend game is also on Santa's Little Engine.
Not Thomas's Frosty Friend.
I'm currently working.
I mean, Sir Thomas Frosty Friend game. My bad. Sorry. Well, I mean, some people who hates Thomas's Frosty Friend.
I don't.
Not me, because I have it on Carnival Capers.
But
I
not
don't
Holiday
hate that
Express, yeah.
episode.
But not Holiday
But-
Express.
Also, yeah, Holiday Express. And also, did you guys know that Henry's Magic Box it's the last episode of season 14 in chronological order, but it's the 3rd episode on this release.
Strange if you ask
But
me.
they should put Henry's Magic Box last.
Well, Merry Misty Island's the last episode, because
Last.
and also, who does not like Merry Misty Island? And Trevor Davis hates Henry's Magic Box.
I like Mary Missy Island, but they should put Mary Missy Island 3rd, and Henry's Magic Box should be last on Merry Winter Wish.
Yeah, and also, this release can also be found in Holiday Collection and Holiday Favorites.
Oh, you mean Thomas's Holiday Collection?
Yeah, Holiday Collection, Thomas's Holiday, and Holiday Favorites.
You know what I found in Turning Red is a tram engine with no face.
That looks like Toby.
I think it is. But yeah, here's the last release of 2010, and it's the final mainstream season 13 release.
The Lion of Sodor.
Yeah, but a lot of people say they do not like the Lion of Sodor. Well, I like it, but despite Thomas realized it was a statue, not a real lion.
It's similar to Thomas.
I'm currently getting that soon.
Yeah, and also,
And
I also
you know,
tell you,
there's a funny part on the Line of Soda episode. It's Gordon James laughing.
but also, do you know it's in the menu when you put this DVD into the DVD player to
Thomas,
go to the
this is a terrible mess.
Oh yeah, Thomas doesn't have his headlamp, even though in the actual program he does.
Yeah, in all the episodes he has his lamp. And did you know the Mr. Perkins segments on this release? He's showing a model railway.
How
Mr.
Gordon and James laughed.
Yeah, I found it funny actually, because Thomas thought he was a real lion, but it wasn't.
It's
And
just a
Gordon and James
statue
teased-
dinosaur. I mean, lion. Excuse me.
It's okay.
Statue dinosaur
By the way,
from Renee is in a dinosaur.
but did you know that Thomas the Pigs is really cute? Despite Thomas
Yeah.
makes it. Did you know like when
Yeah, because
the ending portion
Maybe-
when the piglet was looking at Thomas?
Oh, they would like
Oh.
to call him Thomas. The same happened with Thomas. the
they
Babysitter
named him
and
Thomas the
Bushfire.
pig.
And
Yeah,
they
just
named
like how-
Thomas the
I know you
baby-
hate Thomas the-
babysitter.
Yeah, which me and Jake Martin hate
Yeah.
that.
Yeah, we both hate that. Cause that baby crying. Oh!
And do you
Yeah.
Tom send the babysitter on Ultimate Friendship Adventures?
He has it.
Yeah.
Mox.
Since
Well, I don't know. I don't know if we're gonna.
I got it for Christmas last year, and
Well,
yeah.
I don't know if we're gonna make it to that release, but we can do a part 2 if we like.
And
it'll be fine.
Yeah, but we'll get to it eventually, so don't worry.
They should watch each
Okay.
episode, only 9. So do you guys only watch 9 episodes on Ultimate
Yes.
Friendship Adventures?
Excuse me.
Well, actually, on the season 12 releases, I would skip Best Friends, Thomas the Billboard, and The Man in the
Why?
Because I don't like the...
Thomas, he was very
because Michael Brandon shouting Sir Top Hat's lines? Like, seriously!
He could have combined all these narrators.
He said...
Yeah, like Ringo Starr, George Carlin, Alec Baldwin, Michael Angeles, and
Pierce Brosnan.
And Pierce Brosnan as well.
The brass band.
Yeah.
And James, you were meant to pick up the
Yeah.
decorations. None of you arrived, so Diesel had to do all your jobs. And now he's late to do his own work.
He's late to do his own work.
Oh, and then they said Thomas was very upset.
Thomas was very upset.
But yeah, and also can I just tell you about the line of Sodor, the episode Thomas the Pigs on this release? And also, did you guys know that Thomas thinks he could get the piglets other things, but they just need straw?
Yeah, not like milk, apples, milk,
and brown chestnuts.
And brown chestnuts, just straw only.
Yeah, and time for a story. Who does not like that episode?
I like the episode.
Yeah.
Oh, new version Thomas. Where's Thomas?
I don't know. I think Canada.
They just moved him to make room for Spencer.
Yeah,
or the titles.
But the North America one, they have Thomas on there. But yeah, and also, yeah, let me show you the inside of the line of Sodor, which I totally forgot to do. Yeah, you still can't see that error, but in the actual menu, you can see that error. But yeah. And also, Hero helps out. Some people don't like it, but I actually like it. Hero thinks he can be in charge like Sir Topham, but he realized he could have just told Sir Topham what he should have done. Instead, he could have asked Sir Topham Hat.
Yeah, like in the first place.
But he said he didn't want to be bothered. He literally says, "Not now."
No. Oh yeah, like when Edward said, "Sir," and Sir Topham Hat said, "Not now, Edward."
Yeah, Sir Topham Hat's Carrie Shale is the same as Gordon's.
Yeah, because I could tell Carrie Shale decided to share the same voice as Gordon.
But luckily, Keith Wickham, they changed it. In the Adventure Begins, they switched it.
Yeah.
Yeah, Wobbly Wheels and Whistles.
I have it.
Me too.
Yeah, I'm planning to get it soon.
Yeah, there's an error on the back. It's packaged 2010.
But it's really from 2011.
The railway, and none of
yeah,
my
and also
me being really useful.
Oh snap!
It's okay, but yeah, can I tell you the part I hate in Jumping Joby Wood?
Oh yeah, Sir Topham Hat with his Gordon voice. I mean Carrie Shale when he shouts, "Thomas, what is going on?"
The mayor is waiting for the Joby Wood.
Edward is swinging on a bridge,
and logs are
jumping like frogs. That's a good rhyme, actually. My shiny red paintwork is ruined. But
boss.
Hey guys, hold on. Wait, guys, can you hold on a second? Can I tell you this? Sir Topham Hat yelling out, "Logs are jumping like frogs." That's a good rhyme.
Oh, and when Fernandez said
frogs and logs. Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
right.
But yes. And also in Thomas and Scruff, it reminds me of SpongeBob. Gary takes a bath.
Oh yeah, I have that.
Oh my! There's a funny part on Jumping Joby Wood.
Let me pull it.
That's right. Boss.
Okay, here's this.
Oh yeah.
And this. And it's also on C Stories.
Yeah, and also Jake Martin. Jesus was telling me that the funny part when Ferdinand calls Sir Topham Hat boss instead of sir. That part was funny.
Seriously?
Yeah, but also Victor says,
I can
Says
barely
yes.
laugh on that episode.
Kevin called
yeah.
Victor boss?
Well, yes, because Victor is his
Ferdinand
boss.
did it
Oh,
since he
yeah.
had-
What if
She's
Ferdinand
a
was
fan
the
ticket.
top and has
Hang
the
on, let me
bomb?
just.
Order the DVD.
Yeah, and also, did you guys know that? Look at this error. Thomas and the vlog car are both derailed. Isn't that a shame?
Yeah, a shame it is.
But the other ones, the other DVDs, they're perfectly aligned.
Yeah.
And did you know that Victor Says Yes is another personal favorite of mine on this release, where Victor thinks he can do everyone at once, but now they want him to help him out because he's just too overworked with too much stuff.
Oh, yeah.
Where did they
Yeah.
reuse Thomas's promo from? On the front of Discovery on the Rails.
I don't know, but yeah. And also, this one has Mr. Perkins on it, Jake Martin. This
Yeah,
one,
and for Toby's Whistling Woods. Toby and the Whistling Woods, I mean.
well, yeah, but I'm talking about the Mr. Perkins scenes where he's Mr. Perkins. He wants to go to the beach on his day off, but Henry arrives late.
Because
With
his
his delivery
safety valve was running out.
No, because Henry was taking a while.
Or maybe he broke,
Yeah,
or maybe he was at the traffic.
Yeah, when he was trying to deliver his delivery to Sir Topham Hatt. I mean, from Sir Topham Hatt.
Yeah, and then at the very end, he made his own beach at nighttime in the engine driver's common room and decides to clean it up later.
By pouring sand on the floor.
It was evening.
Yeah.
Guys, I gotta
Here,
go.
here,
Pop
here's
goes
another one I
Thomas.
have.
Pop goes the Diesel.
I have Pop Goes Thomas.
So do I.
I'm planning to get Pop Goes Thomas soon.
Yeah.
I gotta go,
and
by the way.
I got.
Oh,
I got
yeah.
it.
Oh, okay.
Freight cars
Okay,
on the
see you,
way,
Thomas,
and they
Railway
don't
Series fan.
fill them with diesel.
Yes,
Oh,
yeah.
so-
But I can do.
So-
Yeah.
Anyways, as you can see by the sticker, I got it from FYE back in
I got this from-
2019.
I got this from a disc replay.
Oh,
Just
Mark.
replay.
No,
Yeah.
Pop Goes Thomas. The episode itself was so funny.
Well, despite Thomas got in trouble at the end.
I'll see you guys.
There's some funny parts where Thomas
I'll see
was
you
saying
guys
that.
in the next live stream in future.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay.
Peace out, everyone.
Peace out, Thomas MLP.
You mean Star Lowy?
Yeah.
Jesus, TT Bad 6. What are the DVD? What's this? What movie are you watching? Jesus, TT Bad 6.
Oh, here comes Gun Robber.
Yeah.
Jesus, TT Bad 6.
What's that? What's that sound coming from?
Yeah. I'm watching
Yeah, what
Blue
was that?
Mountain Mystery in the background.
Oh,
Mountain
well,
Mystery.
mind if you keep it muted so I can explain about Pop Goes Thomas? Yeah, about the funny parts in Pop Goes Thomas.
Yeah.
Despite Thomas did get in trouble at the end, because you know Thomas.
Can you do the part of where Thomas do something? Okay, here we go. If I bounce along the track,
Perhaps that sound will soon come back. The sound that makes me smile and giggle when I puff on tracks that jiggle. He does it every single time. But yeah, and also, Jitters and Japes is also a good episode too.
Mhm.
What's
And also-
Jesus, a TT Bad 6?
Thomas's Crazy Day, guys. Yeah, did you know Jake Martin? Thomas's Crazy Day. It reminds me of it's hard to do two things at the same time.
Yeah.
Packs are the great discovery.
Basically, like Thomas tries to play hide and seek with Percy while trying to help Bash Dash and Ferdinand low cargo, but he realizes he can't do two things at the same time.
Oh yeah. It kind of reminds me of Bob the Builder, Trix's Pumpkin Pie, where Trix did two jobs instead of one. She has to take some kind of wood chips to the school playground for the children and deliver the pumpkin pie to Farmer Pickles.
Oh, yeah. And also, did you know that... And then Thomas shows that Bash Dash and Ferdinand that being really useful can be fun.
Yeah.
Yeah, and also... And for Pinky Pongy Pickup, I don't know why people do not like that episode. Who does not like Pinky Pongy Pickup?
I feel like this episode.
Yeah, and also, Pinky Pongy Pickup is one of my... Well, in this episode, Emily feels annoyed she has to get the stinky laundry from the laundry lady. And you know the episode that references it?
What's that?
Did you?
What episode?
Emily Saves the World is where it's referenced again.
Emily Saves the World from Dinos and Discoveries.
Yeah, we'll get to that release maybe. But we're on Pop Goes Thomas right now. And also Soda Hide and Seek game is reused on Railway Mischief.
That's Bob the Builder Heavy Duty Diggers.
I know the Rory the Race Car bonus episode, Rory's First Day, was on this one, and it's also on Bob the Builder Race to the Finish.
Oh, and what DVDs? Rory sees Red taken on. Track Stars 2009 reprint?
Yeah, I think so, yeah. Anyway, Birthday Express.
What content does this one play?
Don't have either. Which I know it has 2 reused episodes from season 12. Like
Even it has the one I hate.
I know the Man in the Hills from Percy and the Bandstand, and the Party Surprise from this.
Yeah, but the 2 ones that are not on DVD are new to this release.
They
Percy's Parcel and Double Trouble.
Not to be confused with not to be confused with the season 2 episode.
Should they have put Henry's Good Deeds and a Blooming Rest on it?
I don't think they did, but it's on the next release. I'll show you in a sec, guys.
Were they planned to be on the birthday? Was James Works Out planned to be on Railway Friends?
James Works Out doesn't make any sense to be on this release.
Oh, it was planned to be on it?
Well, it's not about a birthday.
Railway Friends.
What is planned to have James Works It Out?
Yeah. No. I don't know if my copy has Day of the Diesels trailer. I think it does. I'll have to look at it soon.
Oh, you mean Railway Friends. It was planned to have James Works It Out, Jake Martin.
But instead, they moved it to team up with Thomas.
But James does not appear in any episodes.
But only in Engine Roll Call, the low-pitch version.
I don't know why they low-pitched it. Maybe it's a goof?
Oh, you got Thomas in charge.
Yeah.
Of course, I still need to get it.
Yeah. Okay, this one has 14 episodes from season 13 and 14.
Whoa.
I remember Derek Delago.
Video Tracks is high.
Speed Adventures.
You did?
Oh, I remember. Oh, I know Derek Delago got scammed.
Oh, he did? And yeah, Thomas, at least this one, when Sir Tom Mack got covered in soot, Thomas in charge, he didn't yell, thank goodness. I would have been so angry.
And Sir Tom had said, Thomas,
so do
what
I.
have you done?
And Thomas says, the railway inspector isn't pleased. Sir Topham Hatt isn't pleased. And Gordon can't chuff at all.
Sir Topham Hatt isn't proud.
Or proud, sorry. I mean, not impressed. Excuse me. I meant to say proud, not I meant to say that. Sorry.
This was after Sir Topham Hatt says, Thomas, what have you done after putting soot out of a hat?
Yeah, and also Henry's Good Deeds. Henry's tone whistle is funny.
Yeah, I agree with you.
Yeah, it sounded like from the Railway Stories narrated by Michael Angelis.
That's
basically
right.
where after the narrator says Henry, where the narrator said Henry tooted a low goodbye. It goes ha.
And it said Henry.
Yep, and it sounded like a whistle from the Railway Story narrated by Michael Angelis.
Yeah, and also this one, Mr. Perkins, he is doing he forms a one-man band when the other engine drivers couldn't make it for the band performance.
Did Henry have Gordon's whistle during Thomas and a Treasure?
Mr. Arkwright and Mr. Roberts had to do jobs.
Yeah, and they were stuck on the tracks. And also on the end credits, I forgot to tell you, Splish Splash Splosh, they get these end things wrong. It says Mr. Perkins' talent in the credits on Splish Splash Splosh, but he was just making a cake for Sir Topham Hatt's birthday tea.
And on birthday, had Gordon's whistle during Thomas and a Treasure.
Yeah, and also Thomas. No. On the Birthday Express.
The Birthday Express.
It says Mr. Perkins is Sodor talent, but because it does make sense because it's a talent show.
Yeah.
But in Split Splash Splash, he makes a cake for Sir Topham Hatt.
Yeah, Sir Topham Hatt's birthday tea.
This slip cover goes in the dark.
Yeah.
Do some
Also,
versions of it come with the
Dave-
Wednesday
And
re-release?
here's Day of the Diesels, which I'm currently getting as well.
Some
I
people
have the
say it's their
Canadian
least favorite
version.
because Percy's a stupid idiot in the movie.
I have the Canadian version. This one's Canadian.
Yeah, and also, some people didn't... You know how Sir Tom had yelled out Diesel 10 towards the very end of this movie?
Oh
And
yeah, when
Tom
he
said-
told him off,
He
like,
said, Diesel 10, what do you think you are doing?
He has, "You, Diesel 10, are an engine on my railway. You will do as I say when I say it. Do you understand?
You have caused confusion.
you will
and so
put right
the
everything you
diesel works
damaged.
have been on fire.
Yeah, you know how you told me, Jake, that I was not good at Matt Wilkinson as Diesel 10?
On my railway.
How I'm not good at Matt Wilkinson as Diesel 10?
Matt Wilson?
Yeah, Matt Wilkinson, the voice of Diesel 10.
Well, yeah, since, oh, Mox left.
Yeah, Mox is gone. It's hard. Yeah, well, yeah. At least Thomas MLP is with us, but I think he's just muted because I think he just wants to hear what we're talking about. But yeah, David, I know I told you, yes, I'm not good at doing Matt Wilkinson's Diesel 10 voice, even though I prefer Keith Scott and the Neil Crone.
Neil Crone since Magic Railroad.
Well, Neil Crone does voice Gordon in All Engines Go, which I don't like that reboot.
Oh, yeah.
Don't buy it. It's not a good reboot.
I'm not getting All Engines Go. Bother that.
Yeah, botheration to that. But yeah, and also, this is the only CGI Thomas movie where Thomas is not the main antagonist. It's Percy. Even though they say Percy's a stupid idiot in the movie, but he's clearly not, because he thinks Thomas has forgotten about him.
Yeah, I don't know why a lot of people don't like it when Percy's being a biscuit. Like,
yeah, I know you said biscuit.
Like, yeah, like, are you eating a biscuit, like a cookie in the UK?
Yeah. Well, yeah. Anyway, Merry Christmas, Thomas. First season 15 release, but people say season 15 is the worst Nitrogen era season.
And by the way, I'm currently getting it soon.
Yeah, and also, can I tell you the part I dislike in Surprise, Surprise?
Victor calling Thomas and Charlie bugs?
Yeah, he told them to shoo when that was stupid Charlie's fault. That was stupid Charlie's.
Thomas's.
And why would Thomas have to? Why did Thomas have to?
Why did Thomas have to what?
Leave all sad and slow. That was Charlie's fault. Thomas didn't do anything. He literally told Charlie to be quiet.
But then Charlie doesn't listen, and how dare Victor said that? Like, just like in the classic series, the model series in season 5, Cranky Bugs. Like, I know Cranky the Crane says, "You're useless little bugs."
But then he sometimes calls them mites too. But then Percy gets annoyed, saying he thinks he's gonna bug them again. But yeah, also I do not like the part in Tree Trouble. Thomas said he crushed both their trees. That was the workman's fault.
Yeah, can't it be the workman instead of Thomas?
They always have to say it's Thomas's fault when it's literally not his. But yeah,
what is wrong with the workman?
And what's wrong with the writing team's dialogue?
Yeah, like, what do you mean? What's wrong with their dialogue?
I don't know, but Percy the Snowman I found enjoyable. Percy look at Snow Engine. Wait a minute, Gum says he wants to get back in. Hold on, I don't know if we have time for this. I don't think we'll have time to do this because I got to show one more release. So yeah, Merry Christmas, Thomas.
And then you'll do part 2.
Well, I can show Rescue on the Rails next really quick. Because my brother said he's not going to be home till after 9 o'clock. So I'll just show you really quick. I got this from the library sale for only $1. Isn't that lucky?
Amazing. And of course, Rescue on the Rails, I'm currently getting it. And Fiery Flynn, I know it has Sir Topham Hatt yelling out his tolerance, which is level 5. Like when he yells out, "Flynn, what are you doing?"
I was saving Gordon.
Gordon doesn't need saving.
You're not on fire, Gordon?
No, excuse me. No, I'm not. But I'm wet through.
And then Dan laughs. Ha 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 ha! Fiery Flynn fudges it.
That wasn't funny for Dan, because Fiery Flynn just got told off.
But even though that was not the third strike.
It's only 2. Like, he thinks Edward was on fire when he's not. And then he did it on Gordon. But then Sir Topham had got ticked off at Flynn. I mean,
Well,
how is that possible?
I don't know. They were about to get on the train, and then Flynn notices thinks Gordon is the one on fire, but it's not. But can I also tell you, James to the Rescue is my favorite episode on this release, along with Edward the Hero.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
James to the one where they waste time trying to get Gordon back on the rails when he's derailed on the Finland Bridge, and they both crash into the mud. That was the best crash ever. I remember watching it on PBS.
I don't do PBS.
You're not PBS Kids guy?
Yeah.
I don't watch PBS Kids.
Yeah, Gum says his birthday's on Tuesday. We can probably do this stream like Tuesday. I mean, well, if he could make a stream, possibly, I'll join. We could possibly join. Yeah, Gum, we'll probably join your stream on Tuesday. If you can make one. I was just explaining to Gum. But yeah, Rescue on the Rails. Also, yeah, Edward the Hero has a Sir Topham telling Edward a good moral. He didn't have to be strong, fast, and stern like Gordon. He can just be these things. He could be funny, kind, and gentle.
Yeah.
Which proves he's still a hero. But yeah, and also in Stop That Bus. Yeah, also in Stop That Bus, where, well, this one Sir Topham didn't yell at Thomas. This one he was just
upset. Of course not.
Well, he didn't yell at him. He was just upset at him. He was of course he was cross with him because he realized. Well, and they used a hand.
Yeah, even though he's frustrated, he doesn't yell just like previously on Fiery Flynn.
Yeah. But yeah, and also, yeah, Stop That Bus where basically, this is the first time Thomas ever took a road vehicle to Misty Island. He never took, because another one example, Toby takes Rheneas to Misty Island in the Christmas Tree Express from season 16.
Mm-hmm.
Basically, one narrow gauge engine from the Blue Mountain Quarry goes to see Misty Island, and a road vehicle from Sodor gets to see Misty Island. Even though Thomas should have known, I guess the reason why Birdie slid off the flatbed, even though they could have just tied him up really good, so he didn't roll off the flatbed. But the reasons why is because they forgot Birdie's driver at the Steamworks.
Oh yeah,
that's the reason why
people.
Yeah, sometimes the drivers don't know what to do in the CGI series. They just let the engines just drive off whenever they like. Even though in the classic series they let the drivers know what's going on.
Mm-hmm.
Well, yeah, and also about the Perkins segments. This one. Well, the Perkins segments, I forgot to mention them. Well, I just want to go fast. This one, he's getting ready for a show for the Great Pacino. Perkins on this.
But instead, he did the Great Perkino because the Great Pacino got stuck.
He was trapped on the mainland. He was delayed getting off the mainland, and so he had to take his place. But he was able to do it. And his magic words to make a rabbit come out of at the last Mr. Perkins scenes before the credits? He says, Steamissimo.
Steamissimo?
Yeah. And it says, and also they render a fully live action Sir Topham hat. Basically, he bows like this, and Perkins says, and controllers of the railway, he does this.
Oh, yeah.
When all the people come into the magic show in the engine driver's common room, and Mr. Perkins, he's disguised as the Great Perkino.
Yeah.
Oh, also, Mr. Perkins tried to dress up as a magician on the Pop Goes Thomas DVD, but he couldn't because one of the guys, Mr. Hobson from the coaling plant, said he was going to be doing it, magician. Because they said they can't have 2 magicians, 2 clowns. That'd be kind of silly.
Not even
But-
cowboys.
Well, everyone can be cowboys because in the Cowboys, no, the Wiggles Cold Spaghetti Western, all the 4 Wiggles.
Yeah, Greg, Anthony, Murray, and Jeff.
Yeah, and also, yeah, like that's why even though yes, in this it's different from the Wiggles, Thomas. Well, it's just mainly due to the Mr. Perkins segments, even though it's different from real life. Everyone can be a cowboy. But yeah, and also the Rescue on the Rails, the Who's Pulling to the Station game has Michael Brandon narrating it instead of Robin Smith.
Mm-hmm.
Well, it is, yeah, because
just like in Thomas's Halloween Adventures, he did narrate the Great Race because on Hooray for Thomas, Michael Brandon did that. Did some narration.
yeah, and also I don't know why, but this after starting Merry Christmas Thomas, they for some reason put Mr. Perkins exclusive and fun with him as a bonus feature, but it's in the actual program. I don't know why they did that. But yeah, I know. But yeah, I know, like I said, like if I could just skip those episodes on the season 12 releases because I don't want to watch them at all.
I know. Best Friends, Thomas and the Billboard, and The Man in the Hills.
Well, for the ones with the Mr. Arkwright scenes on the Person the Bandstand release, I think I have to rewind. Like when I skip The Man in the Hills, like after the segment, like before The Man in the Hills starts, I have to skip it. But I don't know if it goes to the next Arkwright scene or goes to the next episode. I'll have to check it out again because I have a 4K. Because I know for you, you find those episodes okay.
Well, Best Friends doesn't kill me, and not even The Man in the Hills, but Thomas and the Billboard, yeah.
Well, because I know you told me I don't think it was the trumpet player's fault in Best Friends. It was mainly Thomas's or Sir Tom Hat's.
Well, I should have known that the trumpet player, he should have grabbed his trumpet in the first place before Percy saw the situation.
And then, yeah, but yeah, and also on the scenes on Merry Christmas Thomas, the Reese prior to this, Perkins has to basically keep the engine driver's common room warmed up, but because he doesn't have coal, he tried to go ask if the coaling plant has any coal, but they were snowed in and they couldn't bring him some. But then all of a sudden he asked Thomas if he could have some of his coal.
Yeah, at least.
Yeah, and also on the the Pop Goes Thomas one where Mr. Perkins tries to go at these costumes, but he couldn't. But luckily in the end, he dressed as Sir Topham Hatt because Sir Topham Hatt was going to be in a different costume.
Yeah.
Well, anyways, yeah, we're going to be stopping at this release, Rescue on the Rails, the last release of 2011, the second mainstream season 15 release, basically.
Okay.
Yeah. So yeah, I think
I know.
Yeah,
I know.
Yeah, so I'll let you guys go, and since we'll do a part 2 eventually soon.
All right.
Yeah. So, anyways, yeah, Thomas MLP fan, I'll let you and Jake Martin go since it's gonna reach 9:10 soon.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah. Thanks for coming to the stream. Yeah, this is gonna be part 1. Thanks for coming to part 1 of this stream of Thomas CGI home media releases.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah. Yep. See you guys possibly for a part 2 coming soon.
See you in part 2.
Yep, coming soon.
See ya.
See if I could get out.
See ya.
See ya.
I hope I'll return. I hope I'll be joining your stream.
Yep. Well, anyways, yep. Thanks for doing for folks coming for part 1 of this stream, doing the Thomas Home Media Collection CGI releases only for part 1. Hopefully, stick around for a part 2 coming possibly soon, or as soon as I do other things. So, yep, that's gonna be it for part 1, everyone. And yep, stick around for part 2 coming possibly soon. That's all for now, and peace out.